In the defense of middle managers everywhere, I don't feel like it's always their fault that they are like pouring the Kool-Aid of change down your throat. More often than not, they're put into a position where the leadership gives them a directive. They're expected to help make the implementation happen, but they don't always have all of the information to lead the change appropriately. But in my opinion, it is their job to help make sure that the change actually goes smoothly. So they should be pushing back to get the information that they need to make the change feel like it's not being force-fed. When I talk to executives about setting a vision, I always tell them that they need to do 4 things. 1, they need to identify the purpose and the why of the change, making sure that that is something that can be taken by middle management and everybody that's implementing the change and making it into something that's a what's in it for me statement. Then they need to pay attention to the people that are a part of the process, communicating with them and involving them in the process early and often. Then they need to talk through what is going to change or the process of what the change is going to look like, identifying what's going to change when and how it's going to impact all of those people that I mentioned in that other P. And then finally, the leaders need to identify how they're going to participate and help support the change long term to make sure that it actually gets done. For middle managers that aren't necessarily setting that vision, it's their job to ask a lot of the hard questions that really push the leaders to fully develop that vision so that they have what they need to get their team to actually want to help make the change successful. But more often than not, those people that are stuck in the middle are getting pushback from below and pushback from up top, and they'd have no wiggle room and possibly the psychological safety that's needed to be able to ask the questions up to make it smooth for everybody. But in my mind, the 2 biggest pieces of this visioning component that middle managers need to push the hardest on are the purpose and the process. Chances are the middle managers know exactly who the people are that need to be involved in the change because they're much closer to it, and they don't necessarily have the ability to set the participation at the executive leadership position. But they do need to be really clear on why the change is happening so that they can help their team develop that what's in it for me statement. And they need to be really clear on what's changing when so that they can help make sure that their team understands how they're going to be impacted. So if you're stuck in that middle position, push hard on those 2 areas so that you can make it feel a little less like being force-fed for the rest of your team.